Welcome, everybody, to a special edition of the Bronx Muchachos podcast. We got big news. By the time everyone's listening to this, everyone knows the deal. David's here. Danny's here. Boys, 9 years, $360 million. Aaron Judge is back. How's everyone feeling?
Well,
amazing.
Dude, I am overjoyed that they didn't screw this up. My son's been sick and in the hospital the last couple of days, and I woke up this morning to my phone just going off like crazy this morning around 9 a.m. And I woke up and I was like, do I even want to look at my phone right now? Because I was just bracing for the worst. But they got it done. Hal got it done. I got nothing bad to say about this. $40 million a year gets the job done. I thought it was going to be in the 380s last week, around 387, but luckily we didn't have to go that high. But I'm overjoyed, man. He's right where he deserves to be, right where he needs to be in Yankee lore. And then hopefully at the end of this, number 99 is sitting on that back left field wall next to Paul O'Neill. And hopefully multiple championships to go along with that. So, yeah, it's a great day. Great day to be a Yankees fan, for sure.
Facts. From yesterday and how Jon Heyman should be canceled. He should be fired by every news outlet there is. Because for him to say that Arson Judge is heading to the Giants and for it to be completely wrong and put all of us through this trauma, Jon Heyman deserves to be fired. I hate Jon Heyman now. Like, I used to respect him. Nah, he's dead to me, all right? So, but after all that, and my sister-in-law called me this morning, I was like, oh, no. There's two reasons why Megan will be calling me right now. And it's either because Judge signed with the Yankees or with the Giants. And I was like, Dave, should I pick this up? So I pick it up. And she's like, bro! I was like, oh, my God! I went nuts. I went nuts in my office. People thought there was an earthquake in my office. I was like, nah, I'm just happy that Judge is back with the Yankees. I went ballistic. So, man, we got it done. Hal, like you said, he made the final call. He came there to talk to the mystery team, right, which became San Diego, which we spoke about last week. We're like, yeah, maybe San Diego, maybe not, who knows? And it turned out like they were offering 10 years, $400 million. And the Giants came in with a really significant offer. And Hal was like, yo, do you want to be a Yankee? And Judge was like, I do. I just want that ninth year. Hal was like, bet, say less. He did some real Godfather stuff right there. So I like what Hal did. Kudos to him. Now we just got to build. We're still in on Rodon. And we kind of need him, I think.
No, you're right. You're right about it. No, you're right. Rodon, having Judge back is great. The last few years of that contract is going to be.
Who cares? Who cares?
You know what? You kind of do care at the end because if those years prohibit everybody from that becoming a championship team, that's the only downfall I have. As long as during years 1 through 5, I'm worried about years 1 through 5 with this contract. So these next 5 years, if they don't put two on the board with the championship, or they don't turn around and then do what's the necessary to add on like they said they would, then it's all for naught for me. Because then you could have let him go and then we can let the whole team rebuild at that point or do something or take it in a different direction. But since they invested all that money in him, now, and all the reports are that he's going to get that. I think Hal has given him the captaincy. That's the first time Hal's really is going to give out the captaincy. So that's another thing. Like Dave was saying, put him in Yankee lore. But first and foremost, before he goes into all the rest of the Yankee lore, you got to get the chip. So Hal and Brian have to have a lot of work ahead of them. You got to sign Rodon because that'll make that rotation nasty. You know what I'm saying? Like you put Cole, Rodon, Sevy, then Nestor, and then Montas, a healthy Montas at the end. That's a nasty 1 through 5 right there, and that could go toe to toe with anybody's 1 through 5, as long as everybody's
on the best rotation. That's the best rotation in baseball, hands down. It's not even close.
Facts.
It's the deepest. It's the best.
Yeah, But like I said, but on top of that, there's a lot of other moves that have to be made because now you got Josh Donaldson's got to go, Nick's got to go, all that stuff, and we can get into that another time, another podcast because this right now is all about Judge. He did, he played poker best, and he turned around and he sat on the table and said, "All right, tell me what you got, and we'll go from there." He went to, he took the 300 million that the Yankees originally offered, 8 for 300. San Francisco came back with their 9 for 360. And Danny, to your point, Jon Heyman had sources that were saying that he was going there because there was people in San Francisco saying he was going there too, and their beat writers were saying that he was they were circling the wagons, like it was close. So I think it came down to that person. That was the personal touch that Hal gave. Mind you, he's all the way out in Italy right now vacationing. So he made that call. Like you said, do you want to be Yankee? Yes, I do. I need the 9th year. Okay, you got the 9th year. Let's wrap this thing up. We're not taking this out further, and it's a wrap. Now, Judge, like you said, Judge is completely betting on himself yet again because he was only stopping off in San Diego just to talk to the Giants, make a call to the Yankees, and then was going out, and then left and went out to California. Sorry, not California. Went out to Hawaii for his honeymoon, or sorry, for his 1-year anniversary. And he didn't even take the physicals. Now I'll take it when I get back. So he better not do anything. Just sit on the beach, drink mojitos, drink any, get anything he wants. Have the food come to him. Pay somebody to put the food in his mouth. Don't mess up anything.
Yeah. All right, Mark. One thing though.
Have people carrying him to his room, right?
Mark. One thing though. I got to push back on a little bit though is like the end of everyone keeps saying, well, the end of this contract is going to be horrible. I disagree, man. He's a very prideful person. And the fact that he campaigned for himself to make this amount of money, I do not see this kid letting himself regress physically and become a problem.
But here's the flip side. He's not a kid at that point. You're talking 30, 36, 37, 38, 39 years old. The body changes, man. I mean, listen, we've never seen in baseball a guy this size doing what he's doing. Anybody that, I think there was a stat out today, and there's only one person ever who is like 270 pounds and higher to hit a home run. And do you know who that was?
Chris Fielder?
No.
A-Rod?
No. A-Rod was not that
Bonds?
heavy. Nope. Oh, come on.
Richard Sexton?
Bartolo Colon.
God, come on.
I love it.
I'm not joking either. That's a legit fact. That's a legit fact.
Awesome.
All right. So what I'm saying is this: he could be as prideful as he needs to be, but Father Time's going to catch up to you. Clock always wins. So
look at
the first 5 years he's going to play. The first 5 years he's going to be a right fielder, and during those 5 years is when you have Stanton on the team still. The last 4 years of that contract, he'll be a $40 million DH is what he's going to be, or that's how I envision it. But he's got to stay during those first 5 years. He's got to stay healthy. That's all that needs to be.
I'm willing to do it.
If we look at the elite right-hand hitters of our generation, Pujols, Miggy Cabrera, to name the top off the jump, like look what they did from 36 on. It's not pretty. And those are the elite of the elite, Hall of Fame level players that were great for 10 years plus. You want Judge to be up until 35, 36 to be elite, but it will be really hard-pressed to see Aaron Judge, or anybody for that matter, be elite from 37, 38, 39, even 40. That'll be really hard to see.
And those who weren't playing were not playing like those their defensive positions weren't that taxing on them either. They're playing they were first baseman, so Judge is still playing a more taxing position. So just that wear and tear is going to continue. Like honestly, the next 5 years, I don't want to see like maybe 10 games max. I want to see him in center field. I don't want to see him ever again in center field. And that's nothing. That's not a knock against him playing center field because he did it great. It's more keeping him healthy and the longevity of him playing baseball.
Well, they got Harrison Bader now to play center field. He was only in center field out of necessity because they didn't have a center fielder at that time. Aaron Hicks was not cutting it. They needed to do something, and Judge was the answer for 74 games last season. So, and to Danny's point, yeah, Cabrera and Pujols kind of went down the drain towards the end of their career. But you know what? If that ends up happening to Judge, I can live with that because I'm not watching him play somewhere else in his prime. I'm willing to deal with it. I don't care. I'd rather see that than see him playing right field for the San Francisco Giants. So
No,
I don't
100%.
care.
1,000%. Facts. We gotta cut that and put it on social media because that was really facts. Yeah, that was on point.
Yep.
But it's true. I mean, bottom line is that he's back. He's staying where he wanted to be here. He played his cards right. He got the money. He got the money he wanted.
I mean, there would have been riots outside of Yankee Stadium had this gone the other way. Like,
I don't know about
Brian
that.
Cashman could have just taken that 4-year extension he gave himself and just torn that thing up and flushed it down the toilet at that point.
I don't know if there was going to be riots or anything like that. There were people. What were you saying there, Danny?
I was on the verge of tears yesterday when I saw that thing from Heyman. I was like, oh my god! Like I was driving home, my heart was like, I was like, this is terrible. Like so, the end of the world was happening at that point in time. It seemed like but I'm glad we got it done. Aaron Judge is a Yankee. He's gonna be a Yankee for life. He's our next captain, and that's pretty much what we got to focus on. I think we have our championship window is closing, right? And just like everybody's championship window is closing, but these next 5 years is going to be so crucial to his legacy, to the Yankees' legacy, to Brian Cashman. Like, 09 is what Cashman really built. That was his team in 09. Everybody else was kind of all the other championships that Cashman was under. That's really Gene Stick, Michaels. That's man. The Black GM, Bob Watson. Those are
Bobby
their
Watson.
Teams. Yeah, those are their teams. So I think within the next 5 years, the Yankees can find a way to win a championship. It just makes this contract worth it. And Mark, you said too. I'm only asking for one. We just need one. To suffice for another couple years.
I want 3.
You want to be like
3.
LeBron and Dwayne Wade.
I'm greedy.
I'm greedy. Yeah, I don't know.
No, I think over the 9 years, I think he's got to get. I think it's got to be a 2. I think they got to get 2, but he's definitely got to get 1 in the first 5.
Yeah.
Like now the pressure's on him. He's got to get 1 in the first 5. And to what you just were saying before, Danny, about the window, I think the window closed on one championship run. Like the teams that we just had, that the window's closed there. For the team of the past 5 years. I think that window's closed.
So 17 till now.
Yeah, that window is closed. I think you're going to see this is a new window that's opening as we speak. And I think that is going to be, and we'll talk about this probably starting a little bit tomorrow too on the regular product. The new set of Yankees coming in. And there's a lot of talent coming in there, and I think that's that core right there is what's going to push them forward. Where you're going to have Judge now, the elder statesman, teaching them what to do and how to be and go forward from there, and how to be a Yankee and how to conduct yourself and how to present yourself and whatnot. I think that's the changeover it's going to be. Where Judge, those 17 through now, through 20 through this past postseason was Judge as a leader, but he wasn't the leader the entire time. Now he is the leader, and he's got for all intents and purposes, he's got his right-hand men with him. He's got Stanton, he's got Rizzo there for a bit to help push and mold everybody else to go forward, especially on the players on the position side.
One thing I will say though, the one thing I do want to see, like the floodgates is open now. Now you're committed to winning a championship. Go get Rodon, go get Correa and put him at third base, and go and get Benintendi and put him in left field. Now with the addition of Tommy Kahnle coming back to the bullpen I think is solidified with what you had free going into the offseason with the addition of Kahnle for another 2 seasons. If you can pick up Correa, and Benintendi and Rodon to go along with signing Judge, I think it's a lock for this year. I'm paid for at least.
Tommy Tight Pants coming back. That's the best part.
Yeah.
I love it.
That changeup is nasty, bro.
And he still
And I
throws
called
upper
it
90s.
too. I called
And
it in
he
our
still
group chat.
still throws upper 90s. Still throws upper 90s. But
Yeah.
no, I think honestly, I think that Correa goes. I think Correa goes West Coast. To be honest with you, I think he winds up with either San Francisco or San Diego because San Diego's making plays. They're making a play for people. But you're right. I think we're all down on it. Rodon's got to come over here. That right, left, right with Cole, Rodon, and Sevy at the top of your lineup. It's just nasty right there. But I think left field. I think you can bypass Benintendi. You take a look at Nimmo, but you also take a look at Conforto on a short-term deal too. I think lefty bat who can still play. I think that's possible. Like, and then Yoshida they're in on too. So I mean they got options. They got people they're talking to. So there's a bunch of names.
I'm kind of lukewarm Yoshida now, just based on more reports I've been reading on him.
I've been saying I don't want him.
Yeah. No, at first I was like, yeah, give me like the 42 walks or 80 something walks to the 40 Ks. I was like, yes, give me that. But that's literally all he could do. So I'm okay with not having him. We need a defensive left fielder, I think. Conforto, he's average. He was average in right field. I think in a bigger left field for Yankee Stadium, that may be a bit of a challenge. But the bat plays, especially Yankee Stadium. So I wouldn't mind taking a flyer on a Conforto. I would love Benny Blanco back, but we've been hearing stuff too about Benny Blanco not really being 100% in on New York, being an Ohio guy. So we'll see what happens. But left field is a position of need, is a position that we need to solidify. I'm not sure about Correa. I don't think the Yankees can afford him. I think this $40 million kind of puts them in a little bit.
Look at all the money they're spending, dude. They can afford him. They can afford him. If they really want to, they can afford him. They
threw all the money at Judge right now. And if they spend money big on Judge and Rodon, they're gonna take money off the books.
I don't want to hear how's broke. Look at all the money the Mets are throwing at everybody. Quintana, Verlander. I don't want to hear it. I don't want any more excuses that they can't afford anything. That the time for these excuses is done.
We need to move money.
We need to get rid of
money off.
Yeah, we have to. There's no.
But Steve, and to your point, Dave, those contracts right there. There's a lot of short-term deals. Scherzer and Verlander, they're all short-term deal contracts. So
yeah. Well, Donaldson needs to go. Hicks needs to go. We could argue Glaber needs to go because the $6 million that's a lot of money nowadays, right? And that's probably why he's going to get an arbitration, maybe a little bit more. So it'll be interesting to see what happens going forward. But we got our captain. He's this young generation of Yankee fans. For a guy like Mario Gomez, a great Twitter follow. He's there. Aaron Judge is his Derek Jeter. So we got to win a championship, though. We have to win a championship.
Real quick, fun fact: guess who the Yankees open up 2023 against at
San
Yankee
Francisco?
Stadium? San Francisco. Yeah. Shout out to my boy Brandon Silvera, who I've known for a long time. Sorry, bro. We'll send you an invite to the parade in October. So,
yeah, we just got to be better. We'll talk more about that tomorrow for sure.
Word.
Yep. All right, guys, that's our quick one for today. Judge is back. Everyone can rest easy. So for Danny, for Dave, it's Mark. Muchachos out.